Sir Clive Sinclair amazed schoolchildren everywhere with digital watches, the pocket calculator and a home computer which would become one of the world's first games consoles. But sadly, what sticks most in the public consciousness is probably what's perceived as his greatest failure, the Sinclair C5.
The electric tricycle made its debut today. It's the brainchild of the computer millionaire Sir Clive Sinclair. But as Peter Gould reports, it's had a mixed reception.
Suggestions, though, it could be vulnerable in traffic or even unstable.
Oh no, it's a very stable vehicle. I mean, you saw from the demonstration, extremely stable, vastly more stable than a bicycle, obviously.
You may remember in January of this year, we featured the launch of the Sinclair C5, the battery-powered high-tech tricycle that Sir Clive hoped would become all the rage. Well, clearly he misjudged the market, and on Tuesday this week, the C5 project came to an end when the company went into voluntary liquidation. But Sinclair still hopes to find an outside backer, and that's because there are two new vehicles on the drawing board. This is the C10, which will be a two-seater with a top speed of 30 mph and a range of 40 miles. And this, the C15, the real electric family car with a 70 mph top speed and a 100-mile-plus range. But both of these projects are now dependent on what can be salvaged. Sir Clive is hoping that a new backer, perhaps from outside the UK, will now take these from the drawing board and into the high street.
The thing is, it was such an unusual object that people were startled by it and you know, rebelled. When Mercedes brought out their A-series car, the very compact car, which was completely unlike any Mercedes before, they showed it to the public a year before they put it on the market. They spent a year getting people used to it, and that was very clever, and that's what I've completely failed to do.
Do you think its time might yet come?
Well, yes, I mean, you could just look at the way little electric cars are now happening around London. I mean, that was completely unheard of in those days, and now it's becoming commonplace. And so, as you know, more and more you're going to see varieties of electrically powered little vehicles, and some of them will end up being like the C5.
And so here I am in the 21st century. And did I get the bright, shiny future that I was hoping for as a child? Well, as I look around me, not really. Car design isn't that much different from what it was in the 1960s. But as long as there are people like Buckminster Fuller, Harley Earl and Sir Clive Sinclair, then there's a cause for optimism. It may not be a bright future, but it's still a time of bright ideas.